and welcome to Being Based with Brooke. I am Brooke, and today I have a video titled Older Women Becoming Super Creepy in Modern Dating. It is by FBE Capital, and so let's just jump right into this one. And before we get into it, I do know that I look fuzzy and I'm trying to fix the issue with what I'm recording with now. But I don't really have the funds to buy a new camera as of right now. So if you do like this video, please like and subscribe. So hopefully eventually I could save up the money to buy one. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
That's right, guys. Today I'm bringing back a deleted video that only around 9K of you guys got to see before it was put in YouTube jail. Now, this happened for absolutely BS reasons, but nevertheless, the 90 days are up. I did my mandatory training and I am now a totally reformed, good little Catholic schoolboy once again. And obviously, I had to remove and remix some parts.
I love FBE Capital. He's so funny, so please do go show him some love and some support.
To not get totally F'd in the A this time. But if you want to see how quote-unquote terrible the original was, go check it out on fberaw.com, where you can find the original uncensored version. Now, enough waffling, let's get to it.
Have you ever heard of a woman being called creepy before?
You know, actually, that's an interesting question because
It is, isn't
I
it?
don't. No. No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, no, I actually created a video about it. It's one of my first videos on YouTube. I think actually it is my first video on YouTube about women becoming creepy in today's society.
Having sex with her 15-year-old student and sending nude pictures and texting "I love you" to the boy.
Literally a
That's Justin Bieber, and that's a minor.
stage by this woman.
I feel violated right now.
I did grab his butt.
Like, she looks like she's in her 30s, and that is a young boy.
I'm single, but I think that's cougar.
Disgusting. That was a child. Yeah, these people are despicable. It's
Young boys.
This photo, yeah, it is currently going extremely viral. Him and his daddy can run a train on me. Call me R. Kelly, honey. Ooh, his ass can get it. Lil A gon' get it.
This right here
that just made my stomach turn. That is
is a prime example of why a lot of issues cannot be resolved between men and women.
Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eyes.
Suck on the bottom lip.
Imagine if a male, a father,
women are allowed to do this type of stuff because they're women, right? Women, it's seen as sexy, and men, when it happens to men, it's like a rite of passage. It's you know, it's seen as like a pat on the back, good job. And when men do complain about it being something that affected them and hurt them, they don't really get a lot of comfort. Actually, a lot of them get scrutinized and made fun of, being like, oh, you really had a woman take advantage of you. Like, yes, it happens. And then these people are doing it to the young boys, and you know, some of them are getting arrested, yes, but there's a lot of them that aren't even getting in trouble. And there's a lot more of these types of women out there than we even know about, because there is proof, and it's openly stated that we don't know how to actually point out a female predator. It's disgusting and scary. Protect your children.
in the garden. Imagine if a father put that on social media. The hate he would get for saying about his daughter having hot friends. But it's okay for women to do it.
See you, bro.
Parents who
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
supplies their own children all in attempt for a viral video.
Everything she's doing,
Ugh,
nobody wants to take accountability.
What is that? Look at those fake biddies. Oh.
For it. It's okay because she's a woman.
38-year-old Tracy Vanderholt. Victim is a 16-year-old boy.
Tatum Hatchell, Jessica Lawson.
Substitute teacher is accused of one of her 11-year-old students.
A teacher in Connecticut
with the minor.
This is lasting damage.
In the past, women were not arrested. It may very well be that this has been going on for a much longer period of time.
Prosecutors say she assaulted as many as 21 children.
Women do the same thing, if not worse.
That's right, boys, women can be just as creepy as men, if not worse, but you never hear about this because even though there's a massive exploitation crisis going on with female teachers in the classroom,
the female teacher-to-student relationship cases are happening far too often.
Involves students as young as 12.
You don't usually get so many cases like this back to back to back.
The major news channels are all silent about it, but the reality is, as women get older, they tend to get a whole lot creepier, especially since modern women are addicted to attention.
I mean, I'm not gonna call out anyone, but I know a woman who was quite close to me, and she was an older woman, and she dated someone that was like years younger. Like, he was freshly 18 and she was like 30, 32.
And really want
that's just, it's kind of gross, but there's nothing wrong with it when it's a woman. But she would call out a man for being a but she'll do the same type of activity.
Want to know if they still got it.
But me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that male attention.
But before we get into the problems of older women trying to date as they hit the wall, let's quickly first look at two prime examples of older women becoming extremely creepy with their own children, all because they are starved for attention and want to be popular on social media. Take this mother for instance. Now she loves to make cringy TikTok videos with her kids, and if you want to do that, that's fine. But that same mother is also making videos like these on that same account. Like, what the hell is going on here? And when you take a closer look, this entire account just screams.
Oh, I feel bad for those children. Like, imagine going to school. Like, imagine going to school and knowing that this is what your mom does, and your classmates' kids are ruthless. Your classmates are gonna know, and
screams single mother begging for attention from her children's friends, constantly needing to show that she still got it. But all she's really showing is that she has zero boundaries or standards. But unfortunately, it can always get a lot worse. Take this mother and son for instance. She has to literally dodge her own son trying to make out with her just to make the video go more viral. What the hell is wrong with these people? Now, it's easy to call the son a complete freak for trying to make out with his own mother, but the problem here is that she's the adult and parent in this situation that keeps encouraging him to make this type of nonsense.
She needs to take responsibility over her son. She can't be acting like that. She needs to have investigations done. There needs to be investigations done on that woman.
They have dozens of videos where they keep pushing the boundaries, loving the fact that they go viral and that people are disgusted by it. Anyways, all of this degeneracy comes from a weak society with no standards or morals and constantly lets women get away with whatever they want.
Both you and your baby.
Yup, the hoes never stop innovating. Please drop a like if you think that the world lets women do whatever the they want.
They do. Being a woman, you can get away with nearly anything. I mean, there are, women that are unalivers, because you can't say the actual crap on YouTube, and women unalivers get sentences less time than men. It's just
because I've had multiple,
and women will talk about a double standard. There is a double standard against men.
Videos demonetized and age restricted, but apparently full-on tits out is no problem. And comment down below what you think. But again, things can get a lot weirder because when you start introducing actual breastfeeding, you've completely lost the plot. Now on the surface, this just looks like a mother making the occasional wholesome breastfeeding video to simply showcase that breastfeeding.
Like, I don't know about you guys, I have a lot of siblings, and those children look too old to be breastfeeding.
Is natural and should be done anywhere at any time without shame, which I don't really have a problem with. However, when you take a closer look at her page, then what the hell is this video? Do you still think there's nothing sexual here? Well, then what about this one, where she's wearing the skimpiest see-through robe, presenting her ass to the camera while wearing no bra, while she's pretending to be a stripper sweeping up $100 bills.
Your
Yeah,
child
she's
gonna
not
be
fooling
made fun
anyone,
of.
and her page is clearly targeted to a male audience with a sexual undertone. Now, I don't care
We need to stop giving women like this platforms. Like, this is
if she's
evil.
making content to promote breastfeeding and this weird suggestive
We can't
nonsense.
be, as a society, we can't be supporting this type of behavior. I always say that the only reason to why it's being made is because there is a market for it. And if we can take away the market, then it wouldn't be made, right? Which we need to kind of take away the market from some of these women, because we can't just be pedestalizing bad behaviors and then sit here and wonder why a bunch of little girls are growing up and wanting to be like these women.
And separately,
I remember I was a child in like first grade, and I had this little girl, we were talking, and I remember I was like, oh, what is it that you want to do when you grow up? And she said she wanted to be a pole dancer like her mother. So obviously this type of behavior is taught.
but when you combine the two on the same page, that's when it becomes fucking weird. Why do you want to invite gooning on the very same page that you claim you want to use to normalize breastfeeding? It makes absolutely no sense. And the weird thing is, her breastfeeding vids actually,
especially like, if you are posting sexual thirst trap videos on the same exact page where you are posting videos of your child, that in itself should be a
do
red
10
flag.
times better than her goon videos, so it doesn't even make sense to mix it in. But I guess these insta thoughts just can't help themselves, which is highly disturbing when you put your real kid in it. At least the freaks on Instagram and YouTube do this with a doll, because apparently that lets you show titties in full view on both platforms and not get banned. And so as women get older, they simply become more creepy and more desperate because they are allowed to, and they are engaging in all of this weird shit because dating becomes 10 times more difficult.
You know, a really good example of this is MILF Manor. If you don't know what show that is, I do not blame you, right? But women being creepy, the best example to that would be the fact that MILF Manor was simply made, and it ran for 2 seasons, 2 whole seasons. And if there was a TV show about older men coming on to date the other men's daughters who are like freshly 18 up to like 25, that would be an issue, right? That would cause a lot of controversy, but because it's women, it really only had a couple videos made about it on YouTube, and then everyone forgot about it. But in reality, we should have been holding that platform, the people that made that, more accountable, because that in itself is disgusting, like predator content, I suppose.
And getting commitment from quality men becomes almost impossible for them.
And then you come away from the date and then you never hear from that person again, even if you've messaged them, right, to make them aware that you like them.
Any other girls out there who have basically been single for a super long time, just think, I want someone else to be there for me and say, I've got this, and you don't have to think about having to do everything by yourself all of the time.
Ouch, that does not sound like a good time. And like I proved in my Age of Desperation video, linked up here, a lot of these women are their own worst enemies by perpetuating this fake lifestyle of eternal bliss when they are single and still dating as an older woman, but behind closed doors, things are actually a lot more miserable.
And the reason why is because they want to come off as happy. They want to seem as someone that is a joy to be around. I can get that. Because like everybody, you know, even if they're going through a hard time, wants to put on a facade that they're happier than what they are, because they don't want people to know that they're going for a hard time. If they're, in my opinion, a reasonable human being, I sure as heck don't tell every single person when I'm going through a hard time. Even though they're older and they're desperate, yes, they still have standards that are through the roof. And it's just like when you date a man that's within your own age range, they expect that man to have more. But when they date a man that's younger, that man doesn't have as much. So they don't have to expect so much. They don't have to feel as bad for dating this man because, well, they're younger. They can't do it. It's kind of gross.
Why aren't you going ahead and getting married? What are you doing? You think you can just party forever? As though I'm like making a choice to do this.
And her brain has been completely scrambled by the LA dating scene.
The reason that I don't trust men and the reason that I think they all suck and you might as well get a hot rich one because they're all gonna suck and ghost you and cheat on you and love bomb you. I usually send a text something along the lines of like, surprised I didn't hear from you. I take this to mean you're not interested, all the best. Since I've sent that, however, and not heard from him and now been ghosted and then he didn't respond to that text, like the fire's been started. Once the fire has started, you're now for the plot. You're now a bit. I can throw it up in flames. I can set the whole thing on fire. I can burn the house down.
Yep, she's cooked. Since, like I showed in my older women dropping massive truth bombs video linked up here, they all try to spin a narrative that is far more positive than the reality.
It's about being older and being single.
I don't even have a person to get pregnant with.
Now, another interesting phenomenon that's never talked about when it comes to older women is that a lot of them are actually broke losers.
Unemployed, live with your parents, figuring your life out basically.
I am 41 years old, single, without kids, living in a van outside my mom's house.
Feeling a bit lost, I'm behind, and I'm like, what the f am I doing? So I thought I would give you...
If you're single, you don't have a relationship, and you also don't have a career, what are you doing with your life?
More information as to where I'm at with my journey.
Currently building a tiny home. This is my tiny home I'm building, and it's literally next door to my mom's house. Mom, you happy that I'm moving next door?
Yeah.
You see, you constantly hear about men being
Ooh, she did not look happy.
broke and living with their parents at 30, but a woman in her 30s or even 40s who lives with her parents is some sort of independent queen who's supposed.
And they'll expect their man to have everything, have a nice car, have a like $1 million house, you know, make like, you know, at least 3 figures a year. They expect their man to have everything, but what do you have? What do you bring to the
supposedly
table?
chooses a soft life.
Example of soft girl life. I'm choosing a softer life where I'm living with my parents to indulge in a job and my creativity that I just enjoy more, and no desire to work towards a mortgage.
I feel bad for your parents.
What a bunch of bullshit.
I feel bad for her parents.
Shit. These women
Oh my
aren't choosing
gosh.
anything, they're simply struggling, which is okay and can happen to a lot of people, but don't try to sell it as some spiritual choice. But the story gets even more ridiculous when you start taking a closer look.
Half of me thinks, no, Lindsay, you're being lazy, sort your life out, get a job, like a lot of negative self-talk.
How is getting a job and sorting out your life negative self-talk? It is basic functioning as an adult human. And this is what I mean, right? These modern older women never grow up. They just become toddlers in adult bodies, wanting a man to fully take care of them as if they are a child. But my point is that society would...
You know what? And here's the thing. Women who want a man to take care of them, that is not, in my opinion, a bad thing. I think that's actually quite normal. Sometimes I want a man to take care of me, but the real question is, what is it that you do that makes you deserve a man to take care of you? And if you answer with, I'm just around him, I'm me, I'm a queen, he gets this body, I mean, I can give him, you know, and it's just like, so the only thing you have to offer to a man that you expect to pay for your whole entire life and shopping and everything else is a cooter and a mouth that never shuts up. Why would a man want to be with that? Realistically, why would a man want to be with that? Because I sure as heck know that if you're a woman that is a feminist, in my opinion, if you're a woman that's a feminist and you're a woman that wants a rich man, you're never going to be happy with what you have, in my opinion. I have seen a lot of these women get literally everything that they want and destroy it because they want more. They're never happy. Oh, anyway, sorry, I'm ranting.
Never let a man comfortably wallow in this much chaos and say, no, it's just fine, just focus on self-healing and do whatever feels right.
And I'm not...
This is why these women are single. They'll never be happy.
Sure, if I don't want to do the business anymore, then what the hell am I doing? Feeling sorry for
Can't even get a job,
myself,
not doing
and
anything.
had a bit of a cry.
What are you doing with your
wallowing,
life?
And that's allowed.
No, they would call him a fat bald loser and demand he gets his shit together as he should.
Period.
And this again proves that the narrative being spun does...
Men would be made fun of. Men are made fun of for being broke. Oh, you have no money? Yeah, that, like...
not aligned with reality, because they all keep shouting that older women know what they want and that is why they raise their standards. But do you really think that these two have any clue what they want?
Maybe the only way to be happy is to be settled down, get a house, have a partner and have kids. Am I just deluding myself?
So somebody just made a really fair comment. It was something along the lines of, so you post on here about not chasing, not looking for validation outside of yourself, and yet you do post on social media. Is that not for external validation? And you're probably right. It's like on some subconscious level, perhaps it is looking for some kind of external validation.
Why the hell am I showing up here and advocating the child-free lifestyle?
Took her a while to get there.
I'm not 100% sure about it. It's because nobody is 100% sure what they're doing with their life.
No, but at least they can, you know, make a blueprint and they figure out what it is in their life that they want and they work for what they want at the time, right? So you don't know what you're going to do with your life, correct? You don't know what your life is going to end up to be like, but at the very least you can work for something. You can get your lazy butt off the couch and work for something.
So just like them, millions of older women are either finding themselves on some sort of self-love healing journey where they slowly spiral out of control with all the self-healing they're doing.
I have come to the conclusion that today is the day that I'm done healing. I am done manifesting my dream life. I'm done with the self-development. I don't think a lot of people understand how dangerous the self-development journey can actually be, especially when you kind of become obsessed with it.
Or they are dating themselves into oblivion, trying to stay young and show that they can easily get any guy they want, but failing to get actual commitment from those guys.
Yeah, just because someone sleeps, whoa, she looked like a fish. Just because someone sleeps with you doesn't mean that you have them. And, you know, really for a woman, having someone is, are they married to you? If they're not married to you, then you don't really have them.
It's not difficult finding somebody, it's difficult finding somebody that's got the same weirdness as you. It's not difficult finding somebody, it's difficult finding someone that you like that likes you back.
Yeah, I still don't get why women think it's some sort of flex, since for most men this also applies.
So it's difficult to find somebody.
You can easily get some washed up 40-year-old broke stripper or prostitute. As a matter of fact, Exhibit A.
The money's really good, but the loneliness is dead sad. I'm basically in a hotel room by myself until a client comes knocking at my door. I would love a boyfriend.
See, she's just waiting for you nice guys to sweep her off her feet. Any takers?
Actually be married with a baby in my hand.
I don't think so. And so what these older women don't want to acknowledge is that it's not them being picky amongst the pool of great men. That was 15 years ago. No, now the reality is that most of the men that are interested in them are either really young, early 20-year-olds looking for some sort of sugar mama relationship, or much older men for whom a 37 or 40-year-old is a hot young thing. Because the only eligible men that they come across in their 30s and 40s are just playing with them.
I think people have gone horrible in this modern world. I really do. If you've messaged
That's a fair point. I like that point.
them right, to make them aware that you like them and that you want to see them again, and they just send nothing back, I think it's so rude. It's so rude and super disrespectful.
You see, so now that type of behavior is rude, but the reality is, back in the days, they were doing the exact same thing when they were getting messages from like 50 dudes and they were stringing them all along.
We tend to be attracted to the ones that don't actually want us or don't actually act like they like us very much, and all it is our ego trying to prove to ourselves that we get them because they're unattainable.
But now that they are approaching 40 and want someone to cuddle with late at night or travel with, now that behavior is suddenly rude. And so I always laugh at these responses because it's women like these that will always tell on themselves and how they used to go from guy to guy, always looking for the next best thing, and completely disregarding the nice guy that would actually treat them right.
Like the ones that put in effort and show that they like us, we disregard.
So you see,
yeah, she did just straight up admit it.
She's smart enough to realize,
You know, this is the thing. A lot of women date based off of wealth and looks. And I tend to like to date based off of, you know, motivation and personality, character and morals. And if your motivation, if you have high motivation and your wealth is low, that's fine. That's great. Actually, I prefer it like that because that means we can build it up together. But if you're low motivation and high wealth, I don't want that, because what that shows to me is that you're not really motivated to do anything, keep anything, and you never really actually work to get anything, so why would you appreciate anything, right? And these women, what it is that they look for is they don't look for someone with motivation. They look for someone with wealth and looks. And instead of, you know, picking out the guy that, you know, doesn't have anything as of right now, but could be something amazing in the future, and especially with your support, you could build with him something amazing and beautiful, and something that will keep you both wealthy and happy together and have an amazing life. But they don't pick those men. They pick the men that they already have everything, and you know, can get whoever it is that they also want. And they expect them to stay loyal to them as if they would ever stay loyal. And I'm talking about the women that go with Elon Musk and those celebrity types and those rich types of men. It's not gonna happen, sweetie. He's not gonna be loyal. If he is worthy for you, he is worthy for a few. That's what I've heard.
She's been chasing men that she knew would not treat her right, but still after all those years did nothing to change that. And now she's complaining that the men are playing games with her. Yeah, just keep doing the same thing and one day it will definitely work out. In a land far, far away. This was Older Women Getting Creepy.
Jesus. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please drop me a like and a subscribe, and please also go to FBE Capital and check out this video as well. It would be linked down below. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and bye!